I look like an orphan schoolboy. What's up, dumplings? Welcome back to our channel. I'm Choji.
I'm AJ.
And I'm Jay.
And thanks for coming back. And if you're new to our channel, check out our last episode. We will leave that episode in the description box below. This is only our second episode now, so we're super stoked, super excited. It's officially November. The year's almost over. It's a little crazy. 2020 has been a roller coaster for sure. I'm ready for it to get cold. As you can see, we're all bundled up today. I kind of look like an orphan. An orphan.
We adopted him.
No. I look like an orphan that ran away from home or from the orphanage. And I wanted to go find some parents.
Yes, you just like came into our doorstep.
I was like, please,
outside.
Adopt me, please.
Yeah, come in.
Yeah. Today we're drinking some Moscato, peach Moscato. So let's give a little cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers. Give it a taste. It's just,
oh my god, that's good.
It's a normal like peach Moscato or whatever.
That was gonna be bitter.
I usually drink red wines, but I think that's a lot for some people sometimes.
Yes, it's a lot for me.
Okay. So we're gearing up for the holidays already. I love that every time it hits like November, it's like Christmas.
It's time.
But
it's already Christmas.
I like Thanksgiving a lot, actually. I really like it. I mean, obviously because of the food and whatnot.
Yeah, just bring out all your family and friends.
For a minute though, I think when I was, a kid growing up, you don't really think of Thanksgiving that much. I didn't. Yeah, I didn't.
No,
I'm always just like
just
Christmas. Yeah, you're already gearing up for Christmas. But as you get older or whatever, you start to appreciate. Yeah, of course. You start to appreciate just food and gathering and seeing your loved ones because you kind of realize that people don't live forever and you kind of have to appreciate people in the moment, in the present moment. You guys ever have funny family, stories or anything like that you remember, as a kid growing up, especially as a kid, being gay, and your family doesn't know it, and you kind of have to just be this perfect little, peppy young boy at the time. I remember, I think it was a Christmas party a long time ago. It was at my uncle's house, and it was all the way from Hawaii or whatever. But I think I was wearing a Santa hat, and I went up to one of my uncles or something. I forgot what he asked me, but I think he was like, "Do you like boys?" And I was like, "Yes."
You said yes?
And I said it with a Santa hat, and I was like, "Yes."
Sometimes a girl just needs one.
What did your uncle
He said,
say?
"I." He goes, "I." Hello quick or whatever, and I just walked away from that. But I think everyone from there just knew. It was like, oh.
I mean, I guess with any Filipino party, you're just gonna have those aunt and uncles saying, "Oh, do you get girlfriend yet?" I'm like, in my head, I'm like, "Oh no," but then I'm inside myself, I'm like, I like guys.
That's what
I'm getting I'm washing my hands, I'm sorry.
I feel like not even just the Filipino thing, but maybe just Asian. They're always like, "Where's your boyfriend? Where's your girlfriend? When are you getting married? Are you gonna have a kid?"
Yeah.
All these questions about your future and stuff.
And they're like, "Yeah, you're so handsome. You should get girlfriend now." I'm like, "Bitch, I like guys." I don't know what else to say, but yeah, I mean those.
I think for me it's just so funny because they would ask us "Oh, when are you gonna have a girlfriend?" or "Do you have a girlfriend?"
Yeah.
And then I'm playing with girls, so they're thinking,
"Oh, maybe he's
We're
lady.
always with the girls.
He's like a ladies.
The ladies, yeah, you're a ladies man. So
I'm like,
really,
No. He's one of them.
but
We're part of the pack.
Well, because you guys grew up playing with girl toys, obviously, right? Like Barbies, or did you not?
You know what? Actually, no, not really for me.
Okay, because I have a twin sister and she has a lot of Barbies.
Okay.
And I would...
You would take it.
Yeah, I would take it, and then she would get mad at me, for playing, I have my own soldier toys, play with her Barbies.
I can imagine Jay with the Barbie, the gun there.
Give me your fucking money!
I'm just very,
No, I feel that. Well, I loved boy toys. I love like, you know, action figures. I used to get like
the race car things.
I
like,
played Hot Wheels.
yeah.
I played like Bionicles. I played Legos. I liked all the guy stuff.
All the
growing
guy
up,
stuff
for
was
sure.
good, yeah, for sure.
And then I also liked skateboarding too when I was like a kid. Like
Break
I
a
liked
leg.
break a
Break a leg, Kiki.
almost did. I loved all that kind of stuff or whatever. But I remember because my sister, she was obviously super into Barbies, but I think the one thing that I liked about Barbies was like you get to like act and stuff like that. So we would act like
No, you're good. Yeah,
we
no,
would,
I feel you.
we would do like scenes and stuff. Like it was so funny because my sister would get so into it. She'd be like crying and shit. She was just like, "Why didn't you go?" And then I was like, Ken, I was like, I don't know. Like, I was caught up at work. Like, we were so. And I think our mom could like hear us like in the other room. She's like, what the fuck are you kids doing?
I was
dude?"
so aggressive, like playing with my sister. I would like throw her Barbies and like doing all this stuff. It was so aggressive. Like, instead of like girly, but it was just everywhere.
I'm dying because Barbie, because I remember like when you started. Hi Lonnie again. We started making that
Lonnie?
joke about the splits. It was because you sent this gif in the chat of a Barbie doing the splits or something. And it was like on the ceiling or something like that.
And it's Lonnie.
It's a Lonnie. She's like
Lonnie doing the splits. You guys, by the end of this year, we're gonna make sure Lonnie does the splits.
She's been practicing, I think.
We're gonna
she's
make
been on
sure.
she's like lunging and stuff.
Lunging.
Yeah, you're just supposed to lunge if you want to like do the splits or
Oh
whatever
my
like that.
gosh.
Yeah.
Oh
But
my
I mean, I'm ready for the holidays this year. I'm actually just ready for the year to be over, if anything.
For real.
Since it's Thanksgiving, you know, like you gotta remember it's really all about gratitude, what you're grateful for in your life.
Yes.
Which there's always something to be grateful for, even in the worst circumstances. I mean, 2020 is a good example of that, really. But I think for me, growing up, I got to eat a lot of really good food.
You're grateful for food?
Yes.
Yeah.
My mom's food. Well, because I had an Italian stepdad, so like we ate Filipino food, but
Not
that much. Yeah, it was a lot of Italian food. It was always like shrimp scampi, linguine, lobster.
Linguine.
He's like, what is that, ratatouille? Isn't like the guy's name with the red hair? Linguine.
Wait, isn't it Luigi?
No, linguine. Luigi's freaking.
I'm a Luigi. No,
Okay,
Linguine.
Never mind.
Okay, his name is Linguine. Anyways, but I would eat stuff like that, like a lot of like, you know, just good food. Like my mom would put a lot of effort to it. Like she would go to like the what is it, like an artisan market or artisan foods or something like that. It was like a market for that, and she would get like special ingredients just to make dinner every night. It's because back then too we could really like we could afford it at the time or whatever. But I was just grateful for like all the good food pretty much. And my mom would always make something good like every single time. And she did the whole spiel: breakfast, lunch, dinner, everything good. Also, we got to eat out a lot as well during that time.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think it was like a good 4 nights out of the week we'd go out for dinner or whatever.
Yeah.
And it was like fine dining stuff. Like it was a restaurant called like Todd's.
Look at you, bougie self.
Back then, now not so much, but
No, my dad was the same way. Like it's when me and my sister like when we were kids, we were like eating at these like fine dining restaurants. Like you know, my parents always want the best quality of food. Like
Yeah.
I feel you.
Well, I mean, like, what are you grateful for besides like me, like food or whatever? Like your upbringing specifically.
I'm definitely grateful for where I'm at right now.
Present day.
Yeah, present day. Just like, I guess now I'm in a better place, and just like I'm just happy with what I have, and especially not more of like the family, but the friends I have. You guys kind of built me a little bit, you know. Like
welcome.
we went through this whole roller coaster together, and it's just like I don't know. I feel like this is where I need to be.
And the roller coaster.
And the roller coaster is still going, but it's just like I guess like we could achieve those goals now. Like
We haven't gotten to the big drop yet or whatever.
Oh no, I'm pretty sure we had some drops.
Yeah,
already.
we had some-
major drops, but you know,
There's water.
I'm just thankful for
Splash Mountain.
Splash Mountain.
By the way, if you ever go to Splash Mountain or any water rides in a theme park, they smell really gross, don't they?
They do.
They just
Right
smell like
after-
must.
I
Does it
heard
not?
somebody spit in there or like
So we live in Vegas, and there's this place called Adventure Dome, and there's a water ride there that I used to like growing up as a kid, because I used to go there with my best friend all the time growing up, because his family would always buy tickets or whatever. But the water ride, it just had this smell, dude, like... It smelled like ass.
I know, and then
Ass
you have
water.
that water just splashing in your face.
It's
I'm
as
just
if
like-
someone sat on a toilet and like left their ass there for a couple of hours and then got up, and that's what
like,
the water smells like. Yeah, and the water would splash on me, and I'd be like, it would be so gross to move after that too.
You know what the movie you just...
Yeah, and then it's on your ass too. I'm like, who wants to go on these?
It's so gross.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, even Jurassic Park and Universal Studios.
Oh,
Hey,
no.
that water wasn't that bad.
It's okay, but it's still
Still,
pretty
you
musty,
still,
man.
like-
It wasn't that bad,
But you
but
smell that,
Adventure
like-
Dome is bad.
Well, that place is just something else.
So then you have that, you're just walking there all day.
Yeah.
All that smell.
No, you're just soaked in the
Sunk
water.
in there.
Dude, what if you just see some, like, you're going to the water and you see some guy just, like, bathing in it or whatever, and he's just like,
What? Wait, on the ride?
This is my shower.
he's like,
On the ride?
he's like, I live here.
I live here.
I live here.
He's taking a bath.
Oh.
Yeah. What are you grateful for, Jay?
I'm grateful for everything that's just coming my way. Like, I'm back to dancing.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're all back to dancing.
Yeah, they're all
actually.
back.
Like,
You've been dancing.
Like,
I'm dying.
like, having connections with my cousins too that I hardly talk to now, that we're even communicating more, and we even like FaceTime and do Zoom calls and just everything, you know. Just grateful for everything that's just coming in my way.
Right.
Just coming along with the ride, you know.
I like that. Just everything in
Just
general.
everything in
I think
general.
it's hard for some people to like be grateful for everything.
Yeah.
Because I feel like just as humans in society, like everyone just is so prone to complaining
Yeah, 'cause, like-
about every little thing.
Yeah, I mean, we will have our complaining times, but
For sure, for sure.
we should always look at the good things of it too.
Yeah, and I always put myself in someone else, just like other people have more worse.
Yes.
That's what I always say.
that's-
It can
yes.
always like be worse. Like every
It could have been
situation.
Yeah.
worse, yeah.
Every
But,
single time.
You know, you could be like, you're blessed enough to have all of these things
Yeah.
or everything that's happening to you, you know.
You have a roof over your head.
Yeah.
And if you're watching this video, you have a computer or a phone to watch it on. at
Technology is like the new
Technology,
wave of
yeah.
like everything right now, and did you just wave?
AJ does this thing where like we're literally just like we're just sitting, like Jay's like on his phone or something, and he'll just like
Random.
he'll just
Or you're
freaking do
standing
this,
there
and then
just do this.
I love it though because Jay's always like like he love flinches or whatever, and I'm just
always
like
does
there.
that, yeah.
That's my thing, you
No,
guys.
especially like
That's
when
my
he's
thing.
driving, he does this. I'm like, what the heck?
When you're trying.
Yeah, he's the one that's driving. He does this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a bad habit of mine too. I'm almost like people are talking and I just keep going like because I want to be like I'm listening.
Yeah, if Choji ever does that, you know he's not really paying attention. He's just really agreeing to what. Well,
like,
not even
oh.
agreeing. He's just like, yeah, I'm listening, but I'm not really agreeing to what you're saying.
That's the T.
That's the T, guys. That's the T. You know.
Dude, I don't know what's with me lately, but like I have like major ADD when talking to people. Like,
Huh? Like, what kind of ADD?
like my mind just goes somewhere else. Like they're talking about a whole like topic, and I'm just like
Kapta.
and I'm like thinking about something else.
Yeah.
Oh.
And I'm
Yeah,
like,
that means you're like you. You make people think that you are listening to him, but you're not. You're
it's
just
funny
like,
because I'm like looking at them, and I'm like but then like my mind is like not there. or
Something.
whatever.
Yeah.
rude ass
I
bitch.
do that a lot.
That's what I'm grateful for. Is my ADD.
Oh god.
Being able to tune out certain things, because if it's a bad thing, you know what I mean? Like,
It's like, yeah.
yelling at me, I'm just like If there's anything that you guys could change though, like in your upbringing as a kid, like growing up as a gay kid, if there's anything you could change about it, like would there be anything that you could
Growing
change?
up as a gay kid?
Yeah, was there anything that you could change? Yeah, about your life that you wish could have been better, or could have like helped you more to ease into like this world as, you know, a gay person coming out of the closet? Because back then I used to watch a lot of those It Gets Better campaign videos. Do you remember those? It was like
Yeah.
it gets better, talking about coming out of the closet.
Yeah.
I used to watch those all the time because I was just like, does it really get better? Like does it get better when you come out of the closet? And I was like, no, I don't think I'll come out of the closet till I move out and I have a stable job, so I don't have to deal with maybe my parents are like, no, get out of the house, because that happens.
That's one of my biggest fears.
That was
when I come out. When I came out to my parents, like I'm thinking they're gonna say, you know what, you disowned his family, like you need to go out, like move out now, like
that happens. That happens.
And
yeah.
Shout out to the people that actually did it.
Shout out to you guys. Even if you don't really have a stable place to stay now, shout out to you for
taking that risk.
Taking the risk and having the courage to do that, because it's a huge move, you know. But I commend you for it, because it's like, it's hard to be yourself in general. You know, even if you're gay or whatever, just to be yourself is a hard thing to do. But to make a huge leap like that, dealing with your sexuality, especially when it opposes your family's beliefs and morals so much, shout out to you. I hope you keep it going. I hope that you find everything that you're looking for, really.
And for the people that are not out yet, you know, please like take this opportunity to, you know, talk to your friends if anything. Like it's very important that you talk to somebody about it, that, you know, you're probably kind of questioning your sexuality, or you know, it's always good to talk. And I think that's the one thing about, you know, growing up as gay, is that I didn't have anyone to talk to about, like,
there was really no one.
There
was really no one.
I think because you're always afraid that whoever you're gonna be talking to is gonna judge you, or
I
don't know.
It's always a judgment.
You're young too, like, so you don't know.
You don't know.
You don't know. It's like
do I be like, I like boys or something, or I like girls, if it's that way or whatever.
It was a very confusing time for us.
Extremely confusing.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember. Do you guys remember like your first like boy crush when you were a kid? Like, at all?
Yeah, I did.
Like in school,
yes.
Whether it be like a celebrity or something like that.
Not even like celebrities, like school. Like, I think, because I have an older sister too. Like, she would bring out all these guys, and I would have crushed on.
Oh, you're like, oh wow.
I'm like, oh my god, he's here.
You'd be so excited when he
excited.
comes over. That was me too. My sister would bring over like guys to the house, and I was like, oh, he's cute. And there was a lot too. I mean, not like that, but like she just had a lot of guy friends, so I thought it was like, I don't know. I fell in love with them like instantly.
Yeah, I was like, oh.
I guess. Well, I mean, I went to a Catholic school.
Oh,
surprisingly, you guys.
Yeah.
But like, you know, all the guys there, like, I don't know what. I guess the term now is called bromance, but like all the guys would just be like, you know, I love you, oh, you're so cute, and then it's like, but then at the end they were like, you know, just joking like they're brothers, but me, I'm
you
just
want
like,
more. Yeah,
I'm like, oh,
really?
I wonder, like, being in that position, just all male.
That's tough, especially if you're gay.
Yeah.
You're around. It was all boys, right?
It was there were some girls in there, but like we're kind of separated. So I was always with the guys, but then I always filtered to hang out with the girls, and then all the guys would be like, "Dang, you're hanging out with all the girls." Like, "Dang, you're getting them." I'm like,
that was the same thing. Yeah. Growing up too, like, I would be hanging out with girls, and they would be like,
"Damn, like, you know how to get them." I'm like, "No."
But in my head, I'm like,
liking the girls.
In my head, I'm like, no.
I'm one of the girls. Well, question, like in high school though, did you guys grow up like hanging out with all the girls like in high school?
Mostly all girls.
I was opposite then. I hung out with all straight guys in high school. Like,
really?
I don't even know what it was. Like, it just kind of happened, but I realized like I feel more comfortable to hang out with straight guys, which is really surprising. Like at the time, like it was all guys, and it was like these three guys that I typically hung out with all the time or whatever. I mean, there was 2 girls that hung out with us, but it was mostly with them that I would do things with, go out with, have all these crazy adventures with, and stuff like that. So I was wondering, I'm just like, I wonder why like I fell into this situation, because I feel like most gay guys that are in the closet in high school, especially, they would lean towards the girls because they feel more comfortable with their sexuality and just the femininity too of like hanging out with all women. But I think even now to this day, like, I do have a lot of girlfriends, but I still hang out with
the dudes.
I still hang out with guys a lot more.
Especially with Luke, Angelo, Ryan, like it's always with them. Like, but I mean,
I like hanging out with guys. I think it's just
really
not even like,
I don't know. Your guys' relationship with like our guy friends are a little different.
It is. No, and here let me tell you why. So like, I think I was actually afraid of hanging out with straight guys, and I think it has to do with in middle school, like. I was actually bullied in middle school from straight guys saying like, cause you know I was like wear the Bath and Body Works like spray, and they're like, oh, you smell like a girl, like you're like, oh, you like guys, blah blah. So I think from there I have this notion like every straight guy
they're gonna be clocking me.
Yeah, they're gonna be. So I think that's why I didn't hang out with the straight guys as much. It was more towards the girls because the girls were more sensitive. They were more understanding. And,
Yeah.
like, I don't know, but yeah, that's why I didn't really hang out with a lot of straight guys.
Yeah. What was that, you too, basically? I mean, the same kind of insecurity.
It was different.
Okay.
Because like I would be hanging out with girls, but the guys wanted to hang out with me.
Oh.
Not like I was trying to avoid them. It's just like
Right.
I had more fun with the girls too, but at the same time, like I hang out with guys too because like not so much drama still, you know.
I
it
feel
just
like
balances
girls
out.
don't like me though sometimes.
Or what?
I feel like girls don't like me though sometimes. Like sometimes I feel like
Oh, because you're a bitch.
Bitch. I heard that.
I mean, that's a good thing though, because they gotta
They're
get used to
taking
that
their-
shit.
they're
Well,
taking
like-
your spot.
well, even my best friend is a girl, right? But she's such a tomboy. She's like such a tomboy. She's hella good at video games. If you knew my best friend, she'll kill you at any video game. It's like kind of crazy. But even her, she doesn't even hang out with girls either. Like we're kind of like the same or whatever. But we're just boy girl. But like that's my closest girlfriend though. Like my closest girlfriend isn't like a girly girl or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
Like I didn't really have much girly girl friends or whatever. And I don't know. I just never clicked with them. I don't know what it is.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Wow, this is crazy, guys. That's very interesting.
It's super opposite, right?
Yeah, it's super opposite.
For
And-
sure.
I mean, it goes to show, like, you know,
Excuse me.
like we're totally different, you guys. Like, yeah, we all may be gay, but like our
Everyone's
upbringing
different, yeah.
of being gay is totally different. You hang out with more of the straight guys. I hang with more of the girls. You were just more in
No,
between. So
yeah.
it's just like,
Right.
yeah, it's different for everybody.
Do you think when you came out though, like it was like a huge like thing for you, like I'm gay, everyone, or was it more of like a build up to, you know, being comfortable with your sexuality and telling people about your sexuality?
I mean, it took me a while. Like, I think
To
it
tell
first
people,
started
right?
like when I came out to my parents so late in the game, which I was like, I wish I came out sooner. But as soon as I turned 25, that's when I kind of came out to my mom first.
Oh.
And I think that was the milestone of like my coming out, and then from there, yes, I gradually built up. But I mean, to be honest, at this time, like as of right now, I'm still kind of afraid to say that
To
I'm gay.
people?
Yeah, to people.
Really? Mm-hmm. Like just random people?
I think there you go, just random people. Like it still takes me the courage to be like, yeah, girl, like this might get like I don't know. I always have to have this persona of like being straight.
You don't have to though.
I know
Yeah.
I don't, but I don't know if you guys. I don't
It's
know
a,
if
it's
you
a
notice.
slight thing. Yeah, for sure.
I'm like the straight guy sometimes. Like
I
I'm
can
like,
feel that, yeah. Well, it's funny, like, when I go to a bar or something like that, and I just talk to a guy or whatever, like, I mean, I think I look pretty gay, and I act pretty gay for the most part, but, like,
Yes.
sometimes they really can't tell with
No.
me. Just because, like, I
No.
think when I talk to guys, it's a little different, like, straight guys, like,
Yeah.
my conversations change, and maybe my tone of voice changes too, or whatever. Sometimes I think I do it to compensate for them, to make them feel more comfortable, you know what I mean?
It's true.
There,
Because
there
you
you
don't
go.
wanna be-
Because I don't want to be
That's
like,
what
I want
it
to be
is.
like, oh my god, hey,
Yeah.
what's up?
You're like, especially the ones that you don't know or. You
Yeah, I'm
you
just trying to be
met.
like a normal,
Yeah.
like, oh, what's up,
You're
man?
trying to test
Like,
the water,
I
trying
do
to
that.
figure them out.
Yeah.
You don't want them to be so
I'm like, what's up, bro?
uncomfortable, yeah. I don't know where you're like,
Hey man, hey man. And I handshake guys too. At first, if I don't know you, I'm not gonna fucking hug you.
I know when I see you do that, I'm like,
They're like, oh wait,
What?
he does that? Yeah.
I'm like, Choji, you
Usually,
did not
yeah,
say bro.
usually I do that too before, but now I think
you just hug, yeah.
You're like, hi.
Hi It's so funny.
But you
though.
know what? Shout out to our straight guy friends. Like, you know, thank you for always
Suck my
supporting
ass.
us.
supporting it. I was like, my
Luke, if you're watching this, I'm sorry, but you know, Choji's like,
He's the one bringing you out in the video.
I'm gonna make sure to put like Luke's head. It's like doing this.
But shout out to straight guys in general that are cool to the gay guys, your gay
Yeah.
friends, and are like trying to make it as comfortable as possible for the gay
We
guys.
appreciate
to
you
hang out
guys
with
so
you.
much.
Because it's a hard situation for, you know, a gay guy to be comfortable with a straight guy in the
Yeah.
first place. I'm glad that nowadays though in the year 2020 that like heterosexual and homosexual friendships are like such a big thing.
It's such a
now.
big thing now.
Yeah,
it's
for
like
sure.
it's cool. I
It's
love
just
it.
like, yeah, it's a new, it's like this change. You're just trying to adapt to it.
Yeah,
This new
they're more
generation.
sensitive to.
Yeah,
they're more
they're more
sensitive
sensitive.
to gay guys' needs,
Mhm,
if anything. Or
mhm.
whatever. Like, oh, is it okay if I say that? or is it okay if I, you know, do this or say that or what the fuck ever, you know? They're way more sensitive and compassionate. So, shout out to you, but just don't be stupid. Yeah.
Please.
So I remember I came out of the closet, I want to say junior or senior year of high school or something like that. I remember it was super out of the blue because I remember I had a plan. I had like a plan, like I'm going to keep this a secret for a while until I'm stable and I have my own place because that'll lower the risks of me like getting kicked out or something like that. But that didn't go according to plan. Unfortunately. No, maybe fortunately because it was supposed to happen. I'm a strong believer in things just happen for a reason. But I remember I came home one day and I think my stepdad just asked me straight up if I was gay or something. And I had always shown signs. I mean, I was...
You're pretty out there.
I was pretty out there, especially in high school. I was pretty out there. Even with the way I dressed and everything like that too, it was pretty out there. So I was always questionable to my parents. And I remember even my stepbrother when I was a kid too always asked me, like, he would always ask me very nicely. He'd be like, you know, if you're gay, that's fine or whatever. Like, you can totally be gay. Like, that was like the one support I had. That was the only support I had as a kid. But when I get to high school, my stepdad just asked me straight up, and I said yeah, because I wasn't gonna lie. But he was very accepting of it, so that wasn't even a problem. I think maybe as a step parent too, it's like I don't really care, you know, like
They're more accepting.
maybe because we're not biologically related or something. But
but it shouldn't be that.
It shouldn't even be that though.
Yeah.
But just him as a person, he just accepted. He was like, "That's okay, that's fine, whatever, dude." But with my mom, I remember I didn't tell her until a while after, maybe a couple of months after I had told him. But I remember I told her, it was over the phone because she called me and she asked,
the phone?
because she called me and she asked me.
Oh my
And she was
gosh.
like, "Are you gay?" And I was like, "Yes." She was a little disappointed. I can tell. It was a little disappointment in the voice. Just probably because I'm the oldest, I'm her eldest son, so it's like you would expect me to be like the one that has the kids, the wife, the manly one, everything.
The whole
like that.
quote unquote like family life.
Family life or whatever. But I didn't have that to give, unfortunately. But what I would always tell myself was like, hey man, we're constantly breaking tradition every single day of our lives. Just being gay and just being in this current moment. And being in the year 2020, we're breaking all kinds of traditions.
Or just breaking the whole status quo.
So the status quo of you have to be this specific way. Another thing for you guys, you don't have to be you don't have to be a specific way to please your family or to please yourself or to please society. Don't go by society's rules, you know. Just, seriously, I mean, you've heard this in all platforms of media and TV. Just be yourself. Seriously.
Please.
Just do it. Just do it, Nike. Just
Nike.
seriously though, just please. Alani. Split. She's like, just do it, just do it. For real though, just be yourself because you get one life as you. Seriously, you get one life as yourself, and it's really just, it's not worth it to try to fit into a specific mold or to be another cookie cutter guy. Or
We could
girl
sense
or whatever.
fakeness, trust me.
We can specifically, yeah. But I mean, anyone can too, you know.
It'll
can
take
sense
time.
it.
It'll take time, but like, you know, just be yourself.
Right, just be yourself. But
Just be yourself.
I mean, that was my story. I mean, Jay, I mean, what was your spiel like?
Mine was kind of hard. Like,
Yeah.
like I said, like I was dating girls, and like of course, like my family,
Yeah.
like, already expected that. And,
Yeah.
you know, with girls, and I started talking to guys, and like I didn't have a cell phone at that time, so like
Yeah.
I would give up my numbers to them, and they would call my house phone.
The guys?
Yeah, the guys. And it's like
Like, who is this
late-
guy?
And it's like late at night, and then okay, so like our phone is connected to all of the house.
Oh no! That is so,
So I would,
bad.
yes, I would tell them like online, like, hey, make sure you tell me when you call so I can answer it right away, because like you don't want to be ringing the phone the whole time.
Yeah.
And like one time I was caught, like my parents actually answered it, and then no one was on the line. I was like, fuck. I hung up, and then
You
they would
just
be
hung
like, hey, how come? Or like one time, like my stepmom, my dad picked up, and then they were like looking for me, and then my mom or my stepmom and my dad already suspected it, like
Yeah.
something is up or whatever.
Right.
But I was like, my stepmom was fine with it. Like my mom knew already. But it was like different route for me, because like some of my friends kind of knew, and I started to come out to them more. But I wish I had the support system where they respected my time when I wanted, like when I was ready to come out.
Right.
There was this time like I wanted to like. It's very harsh. Like I wanted to kill myself. Like that
I
whole
think we both.
suicide.
I did too.
All of us.
All
Yeah,
of us.
I think
We
so.
always talk
Yeah.
about
Went
suicide.
through that
Yeah.
point. Yeah, for
Like,
sure.
People didn't respect your time. Even like my closest friends or whatever, they just kept pushing, put this pressure on me.
Yeah.
Like they didn't really respect it. Like, hey, just come out as gay. Like it's not easy.
It's not easy.
You can say it and you can be okay with me being gay, but in my end, it wasn't. Like I wasn't ready for it.
Internally, you just like, no, I don't know how I'm supposed
Yeah.
to deal with, you know, society and people, my family.
Yeah, especially like with my family, like they don't know what's going on at the house, like
Yeah.
what I had to go through or deal with.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
Right.
So it was
Yeah.
like hard for me, and then finally, I got out to the house. I moved out here in Vegas. I was dating this guy, and it just pushed me like, you know what, it is what it is.
Yeah.
I just had to go through it, and then that was it. And then they were accepting me about it, but with my dad, we never really talk about it. We was just kind of like
Brush it under the rug
brush it
kind
off
of thing.
underwater,
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't mean. Actually, you know what? Like, I didn't actually come up to my dad. Like, I didn't officially. Come
You
up to
didn't
my
really
dad.
like, hey, this is
Dad.
me.
Like, I'm like,
Yeah.
I just,
I
you know, came up to my
I was
mom.
the same thing too. Like I never actually had a talk with my parents. Like, hey, I'm gay or whatever. It was just kind of like brush it off.
Exactly.
I thankfully actually had a conversation with both of my biological parents. So, and I think it was deeper on my biological dad's end or whatever. It was also harder too because if you don't know, like I have major dad issues. I shouldn't laugh at that, but
So is he.
it's my coping mechanism maybe as a person. But he wasn't really in my life too much, so I didn't feel too inclined to be telling him. I'm like, I mean, does it really matter to you? Because you weren't really in the picture all
Yeah.
that much. But I think when I told him I was 16, it was my junior year that I told him. And it was a huge emotional moment because we were actually both drunk.
Okay.
I was 16 and I was drunk.
You were drunk?
I was drinking a lot.
I was drinking a lot in high school.
In high
I
school.
didn't drink until I was
underage.
18.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I wish I could say that, but I was like drinking.
I drank so much that night and my dad was already drunk.
Yeah.
Or I don't know if he was drunk. I think he was sober, actually. Yeah. He had a bit of an issue with alcohol, just putting it out there. Yeah.
Wow.
But I remember I just told him, I was just crying and telling him, like, you know, I'm gay, like, this is my life, da-da-da-da. He was very accepting and supportive. So thankfully, I got all the love and support that I was given. I was very, very blessed and lucky with that. So that's another thing that I was grateful for. Because not everybody gets that. And actually, a lot of people, gay youth, do not get that support, unfortunately.
And you know, to our dumplings out there, like, you know, whatever struggles you're going through, suicide is definitely not the answer.
No, man. It's not. It's
Please,
not.
like, reach out to anybody. Talk again. DM us. Talk to one of us. Like, that's never giving up your life for just that reason because you want to be yourself.
No.
That's not the way out of it. So
Right. You have so much to do in this lifetime, so much left to do for yourself, and so many experiences to be lived. So
Know that you're worthy.
yes,
you are. You're a person,
worth something.
You're worth something. You're worth more than enough.
More than
you
enough.
know. So just know that for you guys, right? So I think most of us as kids kind of just always knew that we were like gay. I mean, at least I did, I think. When I was in kindergarten, there was this kid, Jeremiah, but he smelled really good.
Actually, no. Okay, yes. Go on.
It was
yes.
a smell thing for me. I'm a big smeller. Okay, here's one note for you guys, just for anything. If you smell good, if you have a good cologne, you get extra 10 points automatically
Yes,
added on.
very
it.
attractive.
If you smell good, hell yeah, you win already. I'm just saying, smell's a big thing for me at least. You
Yeah.
can't smell musty, or you can't smell like nothing, or you can't smell like your bed, like home,
Or
You know
just
what I
in
mean?
general, I just appreciate a clean guy.
Just clean.
Just
Yeah,
clean.
for sure. You really groom yourself. You take care of
Take
it.
care
You
of
cut your
yourself.
freaking nails. There's guys I know that just don't cut their nails, and I'm like, that's so gross.
Especially when there's like dirt underneath.
There's
it,
dirt,
you're just
and they're like, oh, or their toenails too. They
Oh my
let that shit
gosh,
grow.
bro.
It's so
Oh.
disgusting. So, I mean, no offense. It's just you should probably groom.
toenails.
Toenails, yeah. Or like guys that normally get haircuts. I think that's huge turn on.
Fresh cut.
Very attractive. Always, going to the barber or, hairstylist, whatever it is.
Just taking care of yourself.
Self in general.
That's huge.
Such
right?
a big thing.
But anyways, yeah, in kindergarten, this kid Jeremiah, and I don't know what it was, but he gave me like a shoulder rub. I don't know why. He was only like 5. So I don't know how I don't know how you know how to do that at 5 years old. But he did it to me, and I remember I just felt tingles as soon as he did it, and I was just like, whoa. I don't feel this for anyone else or whatever. But I just knew from the instant that I was gay, and throughout elementary, there was always a guy crush every single year or whatever, and I just knew it. And then also like family parties, I'd always be very excited to see my uncles. I wouldn't care for my aunties that much.
You were crushing your uncles?
Just low key, just a little bit. I'd be like, oh my god, Uncle so is here or whatever, and like I'd just be super excited, and I'd always bother him and try to like play with him and stuff. Like it was so funny. I was such so needy, super needy. But that's how I always knew. I mean, how did you guys always know?
I guess it started in school too.
Yeah.
Actually, no, after school. Oh, no, actually, where I was living at in this apartment complex, like, with us little boys, like, you know how they call it the experimental age, like, or your era?
Yeah.
And I don't know, we're playing with we were playing with each other, and then all of a sudden, one of this, I forgot what his name was, but it was one of my good childhood friends, like, he kissed me on the lips randomly. He's like, I'm like,
how
I was like, maybe 6 or 7.
Oh my god.
I was like, and just like you said, you have this.
I was like,
feeling,
the tingles and the. You're like, I really liked it. I really liked it.
I really like. Wow. Okay. And then with my girlfriends, one of them tried to kiss me too. I'm just like, it wasn't like I didn't get that feeling. So from there, I guess like by the age of 8, when that happened, I'm like, wow, like I like boys.
You just knew it.
I just knew.
Was it kind of the same thing for you, like a same experience, or?
Mine's a little bit different.
Yeah.
Because you dated girls and you had sex with them too.
Oh,
well, same, but.
Oh.
I never had sex with girls, but
okay.
I just made out with them. But
I think like growing up, I always had a crush with girls or like them, but like my uncles or like cousin would tease me like, oh, you hang out with your like more with girls, and they would call me names like bakla or bayot is like in Visayas, Visaya word.
Yeah.
So they would always tease me that, and then I kind of figure like what's bayot or bakla, and then I don't know, it's just like it was hard too because like they would tease me a lot and bully me about it, and then I guess that kind of pushed me towards like liking guys.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, because I like girls. Like I love hanging out with them, but I never had that mindset like, oh,
I was gonna
like
go
boys?
marry.
But
Yeah.
them teasing me and like bullied me and saying all that stuff, it kind of like pushed me towards that, and then from there I just see the guys in a different way.
Okay.
And as I'm growing up too, like I was trying to figure out myself, like I dated girls. I like girls. Like I respected them. I think they're beautiful.
I remember like sex was always like a hard topic. I mean, I never talked about sex with my parents, like the birds. The friggin' the birds and the bees talk. I always had these conversations with my friends. I think it's just because you feel more comfortable talking about sex.
Yeah, it's about with your friends. Like
yeah, but I remember just talking about. I think my first gay experience. Oh my god, how do I go into this? I'll just say it was interesting. I mean, losing your virginity to a guy was I didn't really know how to feel at the time, really, just because it was like I had always waited for this moment, because growing up as a gay guy or gay kid, it's like, oh, what is it gonna be like when I actually get to have sex with another guy or something? What is it gonna feel like? Am I gonna be the top or the bottom? Like,
how am I?
Oh my gosh,
what am I gonna be like when I actually have sex? Am I gonna be loud? Like, am I gonna cry?
You gotta cry.
No, I remember, because some people freaking cry when they lose their virginity, especially if they're gay or whatever. But I remember when I first had sex with a guy, I felt nothing. But that's kind of my issue nowadays, is just being numb and kind of feeling nothing, sadly. That sounds really emo, but I mean, like, that's my, everybody has some kind of obstacle that they're gonna have to overcome or work through, and that happens to be mine. Is really working through my own traumas and having to deal with my intimacy issues and learning to actually feel things for people because it's really hard to do so still for me sometimes. But I mean, what was sex like for you guys? You don't have to go into detail, but I mean, what was it like?
I mean, like, I guess it was the same thing as you two chose. Like, it was like at the end of it, like
You didn't know what to
this
feel.
is it. This is the moment. Like, this is I'm about to do it, you guys.
Right.
But yeah, at the end of it, it's like I didn't feel anything. It's like was that it? I was like expecting like fireworks or something like that. But
I think everybody expects fireworks on the first time. I'm just like, no. I feel like TV has really done one on you, motherfuckers.
Yes.
They make you think it's gonna be like some dramatic
it's like this amazing moment, but it was. I'm like,
never is.
I felt like, man, I'm like that's it. Like
I did it. And
I did it.
Even if it's like even the person that you had it with had experience,
it's
for you,
still
it's
not even
not.
anything,
Yeah.
right?
I mean, my first experience was like in the back of a car, and imagine how uncomfortable
But you
that
had
is.
car sex. Yeah, first I can't even do that just because like I need room. I need leg
Well,
room.
imagine me, like I'm like this tall.
That's why
dude,
I'm not
like,
understanding it. I'm just like, how are you even able to, like, would you
gosh.
like cradle it up, like, just.
and also too, like you brought a good point about being like a top or a bottom. Like it's
You don't
like
know what
that.
you're gonna
I'm
do.
like I don't know. Like, is it gonna turn the other way? Is it gonna be this way? It's like, and I think that's what it was too. That was the awkwardness of it too. It's like.
I think I had to try both when I was young just to see what I liked, because it's like you can't really know what you like if you don't try both of them or whatever.
True.
Right.
True.
But we're not disclaiming sexual positions to you guys, first of all.
Just DM us if you want
Just
to
DM us if you really want
if you wanted the deets.
to. Ask us in the next Q&A, then you can find out what we like to do. But do you remember yours? Yeah.
Yes, I do.
No, he said it. He was like, yes,
I don't want to hear it.
Yes, I do.
No, I don't want to hear it. Okay, go.
No, like I already knew like what I wanted. Like I didn't even think about like who's gonna be a bottom or top. Like I said, I dated girls. I enjoy being the top person. Just in general, like I guess it wasn't a bad experience or anything like that. Like I enjoyed it. I mean, it's not like the fireworks or like the best or whatever,
Stupid.
But like as you experience,
Right.
you'll get through the whole,
I mean, talking about sexual experience, like you said, both of you guys had sexual experience with girls.
Yes. Yeah.
How was that?
You know what? Even to this day, I'm not trying to say that I'm like bisexual or whatever, but sometimes I'm like, maybe I could feel something for a woman. So it's like, I have no idea. I'm a go with the flow kind of person, so
Yeah.
it's like, who the fuck knows what's gonna happen? We just kind of have to play it out, and you fall in love with who the fuck you fall in love with. If you fall in love with a freaking cactus, you fall in love with a fucking cactus. Like,
True.
that's how it goes.
Prickly.
Yeah. But honestly though, like some people are like, man, I've always been straight, or I've always been gay, and I didn't think I'd feel this, and I'm like, dude, you just emotionally, your soul, it just connects to someone else. I'm a strong believer in soulmates and twin flames, and I think if you meet your twin flame or your soulmate and they happen to be a gender that you didn't think you'd fall in love with, you just fucking do it. Like, you just go with it, man. You don't have to be like, oh, I'm gonna put myself in a box, like, I was supposed to be this way, so I'm gonna stay this way, so I'm not gonna be with this person even if I love them. Like, no, dumbass.
some people like even like some people.
Let's go with it. Yeah.
Some people would say like, oh, you're gay. You like girls. What? Like
I don't know.
No, that's it.
I can't even explain it. That's why, okay, I think society has really put labels on people, or they try to put labels on people to be like, okay, either this or either that. And I'm like, I don't believe that. I think sexuality is a spectrum, but we're going to save that topic for another video. But that's my belief right now that I'm going to tell you right now is I believe sexuality is a spectrum, and it can go either way at any point. You can fall in love with who the fuck you fall in love with. I don't know.
What about you?
It's
How
love
was
is
your-
love. Love is love.
How was your girl sexual experience?
I mean, I had my best moments with them. Whatever. I respected that. Like I respected my time with the girls.
Best moments. Yeah.
I respected my time with the girls, and like with guys now, like it's different, you know.
Yeah.
Like I'm happy
With guy now.
Yeah. It's not that I was. It's not that I wasn't happy with girls before, you know. Like
Yeah.
you're living through your moments, like whatever makes you happy, you know.
Exactly. Whatever makes you guys fucking happy. Please, dumplings, just go for it. Be happy. Choose happiness over, you know, fitting in or being right. You know, just go with what you think is right. Follow your gut. Use your intuition. It's the strongest instrument in my body, I think. I think it's the strongest thing in anyone's, you know, body and mind is your intuition. Just having the gut feeling and knowing what you need to do for yourself. And just go with it. That's what being in flow is. That's what going with the flow is.
Exactly.
Yes.
Using your intuition or whatever.
And for me, like as I said, like I've never, the only closest thing I ever had as far as like physical attraction to a girl is like I just only made out with them.
Right.
Have I been offered? Like have some of the girls hit me up and say like, you know, they want to get down with me? Yes, of course. And I'm just like,
Do you want to get down with me?
Even now till the days, like girls would be like, "You wanna have babies with me?"
I know, I was like,
I'll give you
what?
guys babies.
Who said that?
Some of the girls.
You'd be
like,
surprised how
you
many
wanna have
girls.
babies with me? You guys can have my babies.
I know, I was like, you're giving up your vagina so you can have babies?
Wait, is this recently?
I mean, it's like,
I mean, like some girls, they were like, "Oh, you need a baby."
like just hit me up.
Hit
I'm
me
like,
up.
excuse me.
I have never heard this information.
But yeah, no, as I said, like I made out with them, and that's when I knew I'm like, yeah, I can't go any
Like,
further.
I
than
don't want this.
No, I don't
Yeah.
want this. And to all the girls that I denied that wanted to go out with me, I'm so sorry. It's just and that was the time I wasn't even out yet.
They're
I
all
wasn't
like,
out yet. So
fuck you, Aiden.
and I was confused. Like I don't know. Like
What
I
if they're
felt
like still
bad.
bitter to this day? They're like, oh my god,
man.
fucking asshole or whatever.
They're gonna have like a hate family.
Let's just do a disclaimer. Sorry for anyone that we might have like, I don't know, made feel a certain way or didn't
sorry.
feel good about themselves or something.
It was me. It's not you.
It's always been easy or whatever.
It was all you.
It's all you,
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, I mean that was us. Yeah, that was our sexual experiences. You know, it was interesting. It was a big part of our lives, and you know, sex is still a big part of our lives, really. But to anyone out there who is having sex, please protect yourself.
Protection.
I feel
Protection,
like, dude, I feel like a parent right now with my sweater and my collar.
How old are you?
I'm like, I'm like, please, kids, use protection. I'm giving guys the birds and the bees stuff.
Please use protection.
For real
Be
though,
safe.
just frickin' be careful because you don't know where anyone else has been or what they have done or who they have done it with and how many people they have done it with.
Yeah.
So just watch yourself. You know, sex to me, at least, it doesn't have to be for you, but sex is sacred to me. So it's like, I want to do it the right way and with the right person. Hopefully.
Exactly.
So it's like, don't just, you know, don't be stupid. I mean, if you want to have multiple partners, good for you. I support that. Just know what the fuck you're doing, okay?
As long as you're not hurting anyone.
As long as you're not hurting anyone or hurting anyone else's relationships or feelings, we don't support that here. So.
Question, you guys. AOL Instant Messenger, AIM. Do you guys remember that?
Yeah.
Did you ever pretend like you had like a separate account and you pretend you were a girl and you go into those dating?
Okay, so.
I gotta ask. That was a big thing during that days.
Okay. Funny story. Not AOL, but I played this game called World of Warcraft, if you don't know about it. But when I was about 10 years old, I was really big into World of Warcraft, and I would play like all the time. I was like addicted to it, and I actually just recently got back into it. But I used to be the girl characters. I would be like a night elf druid, if you guys know the classes.
I don't know.
But it's basically a woman, but it's an elf or whatever. She's
Okay.
like blue or whatever. But I remember like, because they make the characters really pretty, you know? So I met a bunch of guys in World of Warcraft, and I was only 10 at the time, dude.
10?
And I don't even know how old these guys were. But I remember, like, I would pretend I was a girl, and they would, like, fall in love with me. On a video game, though. I thought that was crazy. They would fall in love with me on a video game, and I'd be like, yeah, oh my god, I have to go. Like, I have work tomorrow. And I was 10! Oh my god, what is wrong
You said
with
I have work tomorrow.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Oh shit.
It was so bad, and I remember some guy, too... Oh my god.
Let's say what?
We're canon.
No, I was bad too. Like, not even like I think middle school. I would use girl profile picture.
Oh
Yes. I would go to ratemypics.com. Have you remember, guys?
yes.
I would steal the girl's
Or
picture
like,
and put that as my
and you
profile
put a
picture.
cat- you were
Catfish.
Or find a pics.
Or find a pics. Yes,
Yeah,
find a
I
pics.
would use like an older girl, like
we were catfishing.
like sports car girl, or what do you call
Oh my god, you did that.
Import models.
Import models.
Import models.
That's
I
so
would
funny.
use that. Yeah, you guys.
They would be talking to you.
I would
and
be
stuff like
talking to me.
Woo!
It was the worst.
Yeah, well, my screen name on AIM was XO Sweet Panay 702. OX. But yeah, as I said,
Sweet
I
Panay.
would go into these dating. They had these dating group things in AIM, and I would go in there, and guys would start hitting me up, and I was 10 too, and I'm like, they said, oh, I want to meet up with you, blah blah. I'm like, oh my god, this is crazy.
And I'm like, I don't think I can. I have a business trip.
Yeah, I mean, but you know what? It felt good to get that, attraction from the guy, but then
It was the ego boost. at the
yes,
time.
but then in the back
Yeah.
end, it's like I'm a 10-year-old.
Like someone's
boy.
actually really talking to me right now.
Yeah.
It's funny when you're 10 years old, you're already that advanced. Like, oh,
surprisingly, right?
it's
Surprisingly,
we're
yes.
already there. We're already talking to guys, and we're 10 years old. That's so bad. You're supposed to be a kid, like playing outside or something like that. Like,
Exactly.
What are we
no,
doing?
we're on a computer.
But yeah, please be careful though.
And
Please.
don't do the catfish thing.
Don't do
I mean,
the-
please learn from our lessons. I mean,
Yeah.
obviously we haven't done that in like forever since we were like kids, but like, I don't support.
I think like
I don't support
so,
fooling
yeah, in
people
that
like that.
generation, it was just different. From
it
now.
was. Our generation was super different.
Super different. Yeah, there's a bunch of crazy
There
shit
was a
going
lot
on.
of stuff.
Yeah.
Just AIM and chat rooms and stuff was super
God.
sketchy. Super sketchy.
Super sketch.
At the time, we weren't aware of predators or like
No, we
catfishes
weren't.
or anything
Yeah.
like that. We were just kids talking on the internet, and we thought it was really cool or whatever.
But it's not.
It's
But
not.
yeah, and if you're young watching this, don't do that either.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Don't because
do
it's,
it.
it's dangerous and the internet is very advanced and people can find where you live.
Especially now.
That's so
now.
scary, dude.
Scary.
Scary.
Even I worry about that. I'm like, oh, I wonder if people could like see, like, look up my information or something.
Like they're
that.
watching
Be
us right now.
surprised.
Oh my god.
It's the government. And that's all we have for you guys this episode, Dumplings. Go ahead and subscribe to our channel if you have not yet, and hit the bell icon so you can get notifications from our channel to stay updated with us. We have a very exciting episode for you guys next week, so go ahead and check us out soon and stay tuned. See you guys later.